Well, let's see how many people join in this live. It's been 399 days since I made a video, so I don't even know if people remember who I am. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. Maybe I'll just talk to myself here for the next little while and see. What's up, Justin? Let me see. I'm just gonna give you guys an update on what's been going on in my business and my life and all that good stuff, because I've been absent. I have been absent, and I know that, and I'm sorry for that. But I'm just gonna get myself set up here on the computer. All right, we got a few people in here. That's nice. That's really nice to see that everybody that I still have a what's going on? Huh. Okay. What's up? Yeah, I'm definitely alive. I'm definitely alive. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get my chat up on my computer so that I can read it easier, because on the phone it's a little more difficult. But oh, it loaded. There we go. All right. So real quick, I'll just give you guys like the quickest update I can. Basically, it's been 399 days since I've posted a video. The last video was me going out repoing by myself. I had an employee for a while in this business. Things didn't work out. Neither of us were making enough money, so we parted ways. And I've been running this business for a year plus, just as a one-man show, which wasn't the plan when I started this business. That was not the idea. But that's what happened. And I didn't want to work nights. I wanted to spend more time with my family. But, you know, I still have the flexibility of being a business owner, so I'm not going to complain too much. But it's been a far more challenging year than I expected it to be. And so I had a deal where when I bought this business, the agreement was in place. We have a contract, all that stuff. I started my own business, but I bought the assets of another business. But then those assets turned out to not be as advertised, and so it's just been like an uphill battle the whole time that I've been running this business, and so it's taking a little bit to get it off the ground. I'm still not all the way like to the point I think I should be, but you know, getting there, and so I figured I would just go live and give you guys like hang out with you guys, let you guys know I haven't forgotten about you. I just really haven't had time, man. When you're running a business, you know, I've been working 90, 100-hour weeks, between you know, all just 90, 100-hour weeks, counting, you know, office work, and there's a lot of phone calls and stuff. In fact, during this live, you know, if I get a phone call, I might have to mute myself and do some stuff. So, you know, working nights and days, and a lot of afternoons and evenings. Yeah, there's a lot of time devoted into this business right now, but I think I'm getting close to being able to hire someone again, and then once I hire someone, I'll only have 2 jobs instead of 3. So, you know, that would be nice. All within one business. But you know, like right now I do the office work, the lot work, and the actual repoing work. So anyway, so yeah, I don't know if I'm ever gonna like make regular videos again, but I figured I'd at least give you guys an update since it's been over a year. So anyway, I'm gonna go through these comments now and say hi to everybody. So Justin Pacia, I saw you first comment. Yo, that means I in Spanish. Anyway, all right. Jeremy Reed, what's going on? MVT, hey! Proud Papa, hey. Jerome Jones, big money, happy birthday. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I kind of gave myself the day off. There's a bunch of other things going on in my life right now. Plus, it's my birthday. So I kind of didn't schedule anything for today. So that's the other reason why I have time to go live, because I'm like, hey, I kind of created this little time um, before I have other things to do this afternoon, and now maybe I'll just go live and say what's up. Plus, I got a message from Alice with Trucking Together, and I just was like, I don't know that I've told anybody anything that's been going on. So, yeah, I had a truck issue. So the first truck I had is gone. I had to buy another truck. So we've increased this business and grown the revenue up about 70%, 75% since last year, year over year. So a lot of growth, but with that came a lot of growth in the expenditures too. So this next year is the year where hopefully the revenue keeps going up and the costs stay the same, or maybe at least we grow at a greater rate than the costs grow. Let's see. KT says sup, plays on Freeway. What's up? Yeah, I'm alive. I am alive. Rick Torres, what's up from Dallas, Tejas? Speaking of Alice and Trucking Together, there they are in the chat. Large Car Lifestyle, thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Bob Bartholomew, welcome back. Yeah, I didn't ever go anywhere. You would see me every once in a while. I'd pop into like Cassius King's lives or DIY, and I've not been completely off of the thing, but yeah. Anyway, Beast of Stinkin' Logan. Oh wait, I skipped one. Cheap Freight Hauler said, "Good morning, everyone." Good morning, Cheap Freight Hauler. Beast Logan, OMG, we were just talking about you this weekend. What were you saying? I would say like cool or thanks, but all it says is you were talking about me. Like, were you talking crap? We gotta settle something now or what? That's my question for you. Large Car Lifestyle said, "Do you still like living in Tennessee?" Yes, I do. The winters are the adjustment. Everyone warns you about the dang humidity, but the winters are, we get way colder than I ever did in California. So we're not quite Wisconsin like like Trucking Together, like Alice and Martin up there. But yeah. Let's see. 550 horsepower W900L said, "Are you on here because I sent you that sweet Century class with your logo?" Yes. That is what's happening. That is. And it's not my logo. That Velox has been around for a long time, and come on. My logo's way better than that. Way better than that. Anyway. Tommy Creamer said, "This is April Fool's. Hello from Illinois." Yeah, pretty much. This is me just popping in to say hello. And we got 43 people in here. Hey, that's pretty awesome. I appreciate you guys. Almost 400 days since my last video, and you guys are all coming in here to hang out with me on my birthday. Let's see. Thank you everybody for the birthday wishes from everybody. Jessica, my wife, said, "Happy birthday, love. Lucy and I are at the Orlando airport. See you tonight." So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I kind of gave myself time today, is because this evening, I've got to pick up the kids from school, and then I've got to pick up Jessica and Lucy from the airport. So didn't want to schedule things because with towing, with anything on the roads, you guys know this. You can plan everything perfectly, and you'll end up late wherever you have an appointment. That's just the way it is. Things take longer than they should. There's delays and all of that. So let's see. Beast of Logan said, "We had realized you hadn't been on in a year. Damn, son. And when do I ever talk smack?" Come on. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was just having fun with you. Let's see. El Gordo Velox, what's up, brother? Happy birthday. Yeah, we're getting even more Gordo. We're working on it. We're trying to. I'm trying to be the biggest I've ever been. Cheers. I have a new friend at church who is very healthy, extremely healthy, and yeah, he's been talking to me about my health choices. uh, but you know, yeah, we'll have to do something about that later on. Maybe someday I'll be El Flaco Velox. That would be cool. That would be cool. Callie King said, "Happy birthday, my Callie homie. Miss you, bro, on these YouTube streets." Yeah, bro. Yeah, I've been around. I've been around. We inside. We inside. Callie King always puts up these live videos where he's like, "We outside," and it's raining pretty bad outside, so we inside. All right, that's what I should have titled my live right now. We inside. But anyway, yeah. Samir said El Gordo Velox. Oh yeah, he said happy birthday. You already said that. Inside. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Lawrence Taylor, LT from Modesto. Miss following you and your family. Well, thanks. And I mean, it's kind of cool you share a name with a Hall of Fame football player. I'm sure you got that a lot. Get that a lot. Also, speaking of Modesto, there's this song by a band called Pedro the Lion, and he made a song about Modesto, and it's actually like one of the coolest songs I've heard in a while. So check it out. It's actually really rad. Modesto. Anyway, it's not baloney like I thought it would be. It wouldn't be a Velox live if I didn't sing a little bit for you guys, right? George Garrett said, happy birthday. Wonder about you from time to time. Good luck to you and your family. Good to hear from you. Yeah. Thank you for stopping in. It's good to be heard. It's good to be heard. You know what I mean? It's really not that hard to go live. I have time for it, but it's really a matter of like capacity. It's like when you're a sponge and you've saturated yourself with everything you can, even though there is some time in the day and in my life for YouTube. It's just kind of like, what do I have to give? It's especially for like creating like YouTube videos. I never planned videos and did like the whole content creation thing. I didn't do shorts. I didn't do any of that. I just vlogged my daily life and then edited the videos. But even just that is a task. For those of you who've done any vlogging, it's I don't know. I mean, I just talked to the camera and then spliced it up and posted it. But even just that takes like a toll on you. Not a toll on you, but you just have to kind of, I don't know. It's just like a consistent thing you have to do. And it was fun while I did it. I enjoyed it, but I think I really think that time has passed. But I also am like, maybe one day we'll want to do something with this again, and I don't want to kill the channel because I just don't know what the future holds. I had a comment the other day. I said, "So where's the update video where you become a company driver again?" And well, I mean, I'll be honest, that may still happen. I don't know. We'll see. I will never shut the door on trucking because trucking, I love it. It's awesome. If I could do it if I can make money, be home, like work a normal shift, which is funny because I'm working like 90 to 100 hours right now a week. But if I could, that's not the plan. That's not the goal. All right, with this business. But if I could at some point get to where I'm able to to do trucking as a day job, work some banker hours, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I mean, I love driving. Trucking is fun. It's easy. I've always been fairly I don't know. I took to trucking quickly, so yeah, kind of for someone with ADD and stuff's moving around constantly, and you're always looking out the windshield at something else. It's kind of a good deal. But yeah, let's see. Kelly King said every time I see a black Peterbilt low top, I think of your channel. Yeah, me too. Me too. Actually, I'll be driving and I'll see a black Peterbilt and I'll be like, ooh, yeah, I like that one. That one reminds me. That one reminds me of my previous life. No, there's a cattle hauler. I almost stopped and talked to him, but I was in a hurry to get where I needed to go. But he has this maroon Peterbilt with a cattle trailer, and he parks like 10 minutes away from here, but it's like on my way to the interstate. So as I'm driving by, I've seen him like unhooking the trailer, and I want to stop and just look at his truck because it's beautiful. It's an amazing, beautiful truck. Manny's Trucking Life said, Velox, long time no see. Yep, 399 days to be exact. Let's see. Tommy Kramer, is there an update on the black Peterbilt? There is not. Sold it December 20 something of 2022. So just before the beginning of 2023. In like January or February, the guy who bought it was looking into getting it deleted and then found out that it was pretty risky to get it deleted and that it was going to cost him a lot of money. And so he decided to sell it himself. So he resold it just after he bought it from me. And so now I could track it down and get the number, but or find the guy's number. In fact, he called me once because I had the little the Blue Ink Tech air scales on the axle, and he asked me to disconnect it from my phone so that he could connect his to his phone. He was going to get another scale for the trailer so he could have his axle weights figured out by the app. So pretty yeah, I could go back and find his number, but I haven't gone back and done that or asked for an update on the truck or anything like that. I know it would have been cool to sell it to like another YouTuber so I could just always see it, like, watch videos of it, because I missed that truck. Let's see. Laura Taylor said, has your oldest son graduated from college? How is the wife and daughter and Gus? So oldest son is in his third year at Ole Miss. He plans on graduating early, so that would put him as like a winter graduator next year. So hopefully just about a year left. This semester he's in, he'll do a course or two over the summer, I think, and then his fall semester will be his last semester, and then it's on to the real world. So he's still working with the football team at Ole Miss as a student assistant, and that's still his career path that he's trying to take is to go into coaching. So pretty I don't know, pretty exciting for me to kind of live vicariously through him. But we'll see what the future holds. He'll have his bachelor's, and so he'll have a lot more opportunities available and open to him to pursue anything else if he decides to change directions. Because I know the coaching life can be a slog, especially in the beginning. It's like basically unpaid internships until you're like 30 years old. So we'll see how quickly he can rise through the ranks and earn his get his career going. But that's kind of his where he's at. And then wife and daughters are good. Jessica started working. So she is working at the school. So the same campus that Gus is on, because there's an elementary school and a middle school on the same campus, and she works for the middle school and Gus goes to the elementary school. So it's kind of cool. Same schedule. So she's able to, do that. With how much I'm working, she's basically a single mom still, just like she was with trucking. She does everything, literally everything, with the kids, I almost knocked over my fantasy football trophy. Yeah. Champion. All right. Don't say I'm not a winner. This right here proves it. Proves it. I released a video, but only to my fantasy football mates, where I made out with this trophy in front of my fireplace. So I'm sorry that wasn't a public video for all of you, but it had a Queen song in it anyway, singing "We Are the Champions." So it wasn't gonna be able to go up on YouTube anyway. So anyway, so wife is working, but it's kind of like the perfect job, so to speak. So she still pretty much operates like a stay-at-home mom, even though she goes to work for seven and a half hours a day. And I'd like to be more of a team in the evening times, but a lot of times I'm leaving, and so she's just kind of doing cheer and softball or volleyball, and then obviously Gus has to kind of tote along and go everywhere she goes and do everything she does. So yeah, so life is still moving at 100 miles an hour, and we're just trying to keep up. But yeah, all of that's good. And then so I've got one daughter is volleyball, and the other daughter's cheer. So that's what Jessica was doing down in Orlando. That's why she's flying back from Orlando today. Is she was there with Lucy. They made it to nationals, so they qualified out of the state of Tennessee at some regional competitions and stuff, and then they went down to Disney in Orlando to do the big nationals competition. So they didn't place this time, which was a bummer, but they had a good time. And I mean, when the consolation prize is you get to spend an extra, instead of competing, you have an extra day at Disney. I mean, I don't know. That's darn, it's kind of a good consolation prize. So Justin said, you still have your reefer? I do. I am currently renting it out to a friend in California. I shouldn't even say renting it out. He's lease purchasing it from me. He's leasing it to own it. Basically, he's paying my payment until it's paid off, and then I'm going to sign over the title to him. So yes, I still technically have it, and if he decides he doesn't want to keep paying on it, because it does have still quite a bit of time left on it, then I'll be back in the situation of trying to find someone to take it off my hands. But as of now, it's still not. I owe way more than what it's worth now. I mean, the trailer market just collapsed, so I don't think I could get what I owe on it, even after paying on it for the years I've been paying on it. So kind of a bummer, but we're getting through it. There's been times over the last 2 years where this business has had to supplement that trailer payment. So, it is what it is. Let's see. Trucking on the Run said, I got pinched out of owner operating, not running for billionaires to make ends meet, getting in a union, running a dump truck and hauling equipment, full no pay benefits for the fam in 8 hours, and I'm out. Yeah, see, that's what I would like lean towards, something where I could get myself a retirement set up, and all the bennies, and where I could work 8 hours a day. So I think that a county job or something like that, where you're still working an 8 hour day, you start at 7:30 and get off at 4. That's my kind of job. But we'll see. I mean, I do like the flexibility of owning my own business. I like the tax benefits of owning my own business. I get to write off so many things that this office space, the utilities that this office uses, so many things that when you own your own business, you can there's a tax savings there. But I mean, who knows? Maybe Trump will abolish the IRS, and then we'll all be all good anyway, and we can all get union jobs without having to pay the high taxes. Lawrence Taylor said, you look good, keep in touch on YouTube, stay perfect, partner. Well, yeah, by the grace of Jesus, God sees me as perfect, even though I'm not. Tommy Creamer, could always sell the reefer to a cold storage if the guy ends up not wanting it. Yeah, I mean, I heard of that, like back when they were in demand and when there was like space issues and stuff, but I don't know that I've heard a lot of that going on, but I haven't been very plugged in either. So you know, maybe that is happening as of now, but I haven't heard of it. Blood, Sweat, and Gears said, "Hey brother, long time no see. Sorry, I just got on. I know somebody already asked. How's the repo business going? Yeah, it's going good. I don't mind repeating it. For anyone who's jumped in the last few minutes, we've grown the business 75% over the last year over year, from the first year to the second year. So good, but we've also had an increase in our overhead. So that's not good. So I hope this next year, the third year, will be the one where we can multiply again and grow exponentially on the revenue side, but maybe with the main, the main costs being the truck, insurance, and fuel. It's the same thing as big rig trucking. It's just a smaller truck, and instead of hauling hauling goods and loads, I'm hauling cars. So it's same thing but different. So anyway, I'm hoping that with all of those kind of capital expenditures kind of being fixed, then the growth we can have this year will kind of we'll feel the growth that we've had, because it's there on paper. I just haven't felt it in my pocketbook, if you know what I mean. So it's good. Going good, but could be better and will be better. Let's see. CK19 said, "Do you enjoy it more than trucking, or do you miss?" Hold on 1 second. Good, Al. Good, Chuck. How are you? That good, huh? Oh, sheesh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Yep. I think it's the one I just picked up. Electric Glide. Yep, that's the Electric Glide. Yep. That one's ready. It does have a key, but it doesn't start. It's I think just the battery is dead, because it'll try to start. So I'm pretty sure the key's in one of the saddlebags, but yeah, I'm not positive it's that we could even jump start it, but we'll see. Okay. This next Tuesday, yeah. What date is that? That's the 18th. All right. Yep. I'll put you in the schedule. Yeah, and actually, I kind of started pushing it back to 11 because I've been busier lately. It's okay. Originally, it was 10, and then the later I've had to work into the morning hours, the later I've tried to set my lot hours. Okay, sounds good. All right, thanks, Jack. All right, like I said, sometimes I may have to answer the phone in the middle of our little talking here. Give me a second. I need to write that down, because I am the king of setting appointments verbally with people while I'm driving on the phone, and never writing them down, and then finding out the day of that I was supposed to be at my lot to release something. And so Electroglide, Mannheim. All right, that was an auction calling me to set up transport for a vehicle. All right, let's get back to what we were doing. All right, let's see. CK19 asked me, do I enjoy it more than trucking, or do I miss trucking? I miss trucking, but I don't miss being gone from the family, being gone as much as I was. I know that there are some jobs I could get, but the majority of jobs that pay well are set up so that you have to work at least close to your 70. there's some union jobs, like was just mentioned, by Trucking on the Run. There's some union jobs and stuff where people can, you can get some good, schedule work. But that's, that's just kind of, that's my thing is what I was doing, leaving the house, being gone for days at a time, and then trying to find something local that pays good enough and that, kind of, paid the bills, but also made, kept me home at like a normal time or whatever. Uh, yeah, it's just hard to find. And I thought, and I like owning my own business. So as of now, I like trucking better, but if I can get someone to do the nighttime work for me in this business, then I would just be doing the lot work during the day. So I'd be up in Nashville a few times a week, and then I would be doing, just my office work, which, today's kind of a light day of phone calls, but, the phone rings starting about 9 a.m. Sometimes before that, but I don't answer it before 9 a.m. And then between like 9 and 4 and 9 and 5, I get probably on average, like, I don't know, 10 phone calls a day. And then there's like, all the admin work, all of the kind of behind the scenes work. I have some systems in place. There's some tools in the industry that help kind of, I don't know, make things easier, make things more efficient. But there's some things you just can't, like, you can't automate everything to make it super easy. So anyway, so that would be my goal, is if I could do that, then, just work the day shift, then I think I'd be happier doing what I'm doing. But yeah, as of now, I like trucking. But although I have to say, I'll get bored, because if I'm in this office for too long, like I kind of start losing my mind. And it's kind of like a basement. I got one window up here that's like a storm window, not a storm window, but what do they call those? Like hurricane glass, like those weird like 80s block glass, and it's like 6 of them. And it's like, and I'm kind of buried in the basement. So like, it's just like this one window up there. So anyway, feels like I'm in the basement. Shannon Thomas Trucking said, "Happy birthday, Velox." Shannon, I love how you emphasize the A-N at the end of your name, because I used to always spell it wrong. She also said, "God bless you and your family." Thank you. Appreciate that. Blood, Sweat, and Gear said, "Nice. First couple of years are always tough. Just got to keep working." Yeah. I mean, that's kind of, I was hoping to kind of skip, by buying the assets of another business. I was hoping to skip the growing pains of like starting something new, but alas, it wasn't exactly, I didn't get exactly what I thought I was buying. So it is what it is. And I knew that I was taking a risk and a chance that it wasn't what he said it was, because a lot of things kind of didn't add up when I was doing my due diligence. But I just pulled the trigger anyway, because I don't know, I'm a risk taker and maybe a little stupid, but hey, nothing, what do they say? Nothing risked, nothing gained. That's kind of the way I looked at it. Like, gotta just try something. And, trucking, I knew trucking was going to hit what it did in 2023, where it really, really kind of had to shrink in there. We had filled the market with a lot of trucks and owner operators and a lot of company trucks, and the capacity was huge. And I knew that the capacity was going to, the demand for trucks was going to shrink, which meant there was going to be people on the outside of that, usually people who had really high costs, who were going to be left on the outside of that contraction as the market contracted. And so, I just knew I was going to be with a brand new Peterbilt, and being a newer authority and having higher insurance costs and all that stuff, that my cost of living, my overhead was going to put me in a bad position. And so it was just kind of like, well, I gotta do what I gotta do. I sold the truck, and I put myself in a position to have a business that might, thrive during some tough economic times. And, I think for all the fear mongering that happened, especially among like YouTube economist guys, um, the economy has they did what they wanted to do, which was kind of like, shrink the economy back down a little bit, but like make it they eased inflation without killing us. I don't think we're done yet. I think there's still maybe some pain yet to go. And so who knows? We'll see how that goes. Maybe this business is gonna get rocket fuel from a total financial collapse, and I'll end up being a millionaire. But then again, maybe I'll sell this business just to get out of it and get a company job. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see. Yeah, Tommy Creamer said anything can happen while live. That is true. We'll probably get another phone call here before I log out. Phone call or two. We'll see. People like to call right before lunch, and then like to call right before the end of the day. So for whatever reason, like 11 to 12, I get a ton of calls, and between 4 and 5, I get a ton of calls. That's just kind of the way it is. Dan's Trucking and Outdoor Adventures. Are you strictly repo, or do you also do private lot towing? I am strictly repo, and I stay busy enough with the repo stuff that it's really hard to add other stuff on. I mean, if I have a friend who needs something, of course I'll do it. But yeah, I'm pretty much just doing repo, and it keeps me super, super busy. Manny's Trucking Life said, are you going to start making YouTube videos again? Kind of talked about that earlier. I'll never say never. But right now I'm covered up, as they say in the South. That means you're busy. So yeah, I'm covered up. It takes some time to make videos. And I didn't even make good videos. I didn't even spend that much time on them compared to what other people do. There's people who make some high quality videos out here, and I made some crap. I mean, I was just literally talking to the windshield, and you guys were sitting there listening to me yap. But it still took time. It still took effort. It still took some commitment. And so yeah, right now I'm really just focusing on getting this business making me as much money as it can. And so some people have been like, well, YouTube would be good to like supplement. And it's like, no, the 10 or however many hours I would spend a week doing YouTube to make YouTube videos, the return on that time investment would be so much less than if I just spent 10 extra hours working on this business and actually doing the things that, because there's things that you can do. You can add more clients on. You can go out and run more addresses different times a day, different times of night. You can do skip tracing and find out if people have new addresses. There's a lot of things that I could dedicate 10 hours a week to make more money, and it would make me more money than YouTube does. So YouTube isn't all it's cracked up to be. I think some guys do amazing at it, and I think that's awesome that they can make a living pretty much off of YouTube. I'll probably never be one of those guys. That's just not really a goal I have, and it's not really I don't know that I have the wherewithal to like really like try to produce that. I don't know. I think you gotta want it, and I don't really want it. So if that makes sense. Aaron Yoder said, "Man, you have been missed." Oh, I appreciate that. I think I've missed you guys too. There's a funny thing that happens when you make YouTube videos and you kind of build like a community. You kind of get to know people just from their screen name and stuff. And but there's like a lot of positive feedback you get. And so you have this like kind of weird positive feedback. And there's the haters and there's the people that are, that are gonna, but you get kind of immune to them. But then like all the positive stuff, you kind of, I don't know, if it feeds your ego a little bit, but it also is just like good to hear positive reinforcement for the things you're doing and all of that. So yeah, so sometimes I've missed you guys probably more than you've missed me, but I've always said I care way more about the people that I know face to face and the people that I know in real life. And that's not to disparage that, that you guys are real people and that you have real lives, and that, I'm not talking to bots here, that you guys are real, but the people who I'm face to face with have to come first. Like that's like real human interaction. And this is kind of it's digitally mediated human interaction. So there's just a buffer between us. So this kind of it does give us something. We do have a connection, but it's just not like as human as, my neighbors, my people at church, my family, obviously. So anyway. Rob Medina said, do you make more money doing this or trucking? Right now, trucking made me more money. But remember, I didn't truck in 2023. I got out of it in 2022. So I'm comparing trucking money from 2022 to what I'm making in this business. If I had stayed in trucking in 2023, I probably would be making more doing this. So it's not like a huge difference, but there's also some potential with this business that I think maybe there was my potential might have been capped a little, not capped, but yeah, I think there's like some potential with this business that maybe wasn't there with the other one, with trucking. So this trucking life said your videos had sustenance, very entertaining. El Gordito Velox, yeah. I tried to be funny, and that's kind of my shtick. It's just kind of, I was talking with my aunt. She's out here visiting from Oregon, and she was telling me stories about my grandpa, her dad, and my dad's dad, and man, he was such a goofball. And so I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much that's where I get it from. My dad could be silly, but he wasn't like known for being silly. But my grandpa was known for being silly. My dad would always tell this story about how he had a Boy Scout like troop sleepover camp out in his backyard, and him and all his Boy Scout troop were swimming in the pool in the back, and my grandpa went and put his long johns on and drew a big F on his chest and put a pillowcase around his neck and tied it and ran outside, and he called himself Super Fink, which Fink is an old word, but basically super nerd, and ran out there yelling Super Fink and went and dove into the pool, and so embarrassed the heck out of my dad in front of all of his Boy Scout friends. And so this was back in the 60s, mid 60s probably, maybe late 60s. So he was a goofball. One of the earliest memories I have is him wearing shorts and then getting on his knees on top of his shoes and then putting his arms in, and he makes him look like a little person, like a midget, and he did this whole routine with this little voice, and just in front, he was just performing for our like extended family, my aunts and uncles and my cousins and everybody, and he just did this whole like, I don't know, comedy skit in front of our family. So anyway, so yeah, so I'm a little bit silly, and I think if YouTube would have been around when my grandpa was my age, he probably would have had a YouTube channel, and he probably would have had a lot more subscribers than I have. Let's see. Bog-eyed Cumbrian said, "Hello, stranger. Long no see. What's happening in the Velox family in future? We'll see what happens. I'm still just building this business up. There's options. There's ways it could go. There's ways I'm thinking about. I'd like to think about. That's just a spam call. It was a California number, so that's how I know it's a spam call. If it's not a California number, then I have a better chance of it being a real phone call for the business, because this is still a California number, and then I have an app I use for my Nashville number, Tennessee number for the business. So these spam callers think, oh, we're gonna call with the same area code as this guy. And a lot of times they call twice in a row. So I'm waiting to see. Yeah, you know how they do that? The Autobot callers call from your area code, so you think it's a local call. Well, joke's on them. It's not local at all, is it? Um, when I see that 209 area code pop up, I know that ain't a real call. That's a robocall. Um, so yeah, so what's happening in the Velox family in future? Well, you might have to rewind a little bit to get the longer version, but there's some things happening, things we could do. I might I'm trying to build this business up and possibly maybe become try and sell this business, or maybe just if I can get to the point where I can run it and have a good income with an employee with all that, then maybe I might still keep it. But there's options I have. We'll see. CK19 said, "How are you enjoying Tennessee?" So I really do. I love it here. I think that the I started talking about the winters earlier. I don't remember if I completed that thought. You guys are catching me in a ADD spin here, but having all the comments, I haven't been doing this in a while. 399 days since my last video, so I'm like, this is a lot to jumble. Plus, it is my birthday, and so I'm actually getting texts on my phone as I'm recording this of people telling me happy birthday and stuff. So anyway, so I really enjoy Tennessee. I love Tennessee. I think the winters are the hardest part. Everyone said watch out for the humidity, but the humidity is not that bad. When you live in the Central Valley of California, summer was terrible, but here, like, summer is not that bad. Whatever, a little humidity never hurt nobody. Um, but the winters are like we get like cold. We get some pretty decent cold. I remember I have a picture. It wasn't from this winter; it was from last winter, but it hit -1, and then with the wind chill, it was lower than that. I don't know, -8, something like that. And so, yeah, that's like just the coldest it's ever been in my whole life. I've never been in that cold of temperature. So, and dang, Fate Trucking was supposed to take me ice fishing, so I probably would have been in colder weather if he hadn't canceled on me, but he canceled on me, so we ended up not getting to do that. But let's see. All right, all the letters: CDJCBMW, J Rich, OGJ Rich. I'm just gonna call you OGJ Rich because I don't know what all the other numbers or letters are. You said, "Hey, what's up, bro? What's up?" Cab Over Culture said, "Long time no see. What's up, Nick? Good to see you. Happy birthday. Thank you. Appreciate it." David Turk said, "It's raining pretty hard right now." Where are you at, David Turk? Are you in Tennessee? Is that I forget all of the different people I met along the way on this YouTube thing and where they're all located. There's some people that my memory like latched onto them, but yeah, I haven't. Just up the road in Thompson Station. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's raining pretty good, and it's been raining good all morning long. So yeah, happy birthday to me. But I don't mind the rain. I mean, you kind of get used to it when you live down here. Coming from California, there was literally no rain for a lot of the time. Although the last 2 winters since I left, I think I was the drought, and now that I left there, they get tons of precipitation every winter now. But yeah, the do I miss anything about California? Yeah, I think so. Um, like it's where I grew up, so there's always like some nostalgia there. Um, so what I miss the most doesn't exist anymore, if that makes sense. Like small town California near the coast, the amazing weather where I grew up. But like that town that I have in my memory doesn't exist anymore. It's quadrupled in size since I was a kid. There's 3 golf courses, all these retirees. It's exploded in population because that's just how it is. it's how the people around here in Tennessee feel, because all the things here are different from when they were younger, and they're just like, oh my gosh, you know, everything is um yeah, there everything's changing. So like, so what I have in my mind, what I miss the most is a time that's passed. The weather on the Central Coast, I will forever miss. Anywhere between like San Diego and where I grew up near San Luis Obispo in that area, even I mean, even up to like San Francisco on the coast, it's just colder up there. But like, if I could have like a climate that I want, that would be awesome. And then I'd go visit a cold place and then come back. Go visit a hot place and then come back. But if I could just stay, I was in Turlock, California, in the valley, sweating everything off. When you know when I the last 8 years I was there. So been a long time since I've enjoyed the Central Coast weather. You know, living at home. So let's see. CK19 said -18 here in the Midwest yesterday. Good times. Yeah, see, like that's cold. Like I've never felt like in California, even when it snows, it's like, you know, not it doesn't get like that frigid cold. So like you have long johns on and then you put like some pants on or some, you know, just any jeans you have, you're good. I mean, 30 degrees, you could wear long johns, you could work outside all day long and not have, I mean, that's 30 degrees is like a balmy day in some places in Minnesota during the winter. So yeah, so I think -18. I honestly like how many layers do you have to wear? And like you have to wear like those big like the suit from A Christmas Story that the little brothers put in. You can't move. Let's see. OG Javer said it's Chris Walsh TV. Bro, okay. Now I remember you. But why? So you went with the name change then. All right. That see, when I'm not on YouTube for a while, I miss the changes. I'm not up on everything. Miss you too, bro. Miss you too. Let's see. It's cold, wet, and windy here in Lancashire, England. I never can pronounce English stuff, because then when they pronounce it for me. Oh no, it's Lancashire. It's like I that was a terrible English accent. I don't know how to say it. Is it Lancashire or Lancashire or Lancashire? Anyway, I suck. I suck at language. I can pronounce probably Spanish words better than I can English words sometimes. Just growing up in California, there's it's like not as difficult for my pronunciation. Plays on Freeway said nice and warm in Southern California. Yeah, I mean the Santa Anas are nice when they're not blowing 100 miles an hour and spreading fires everywhere. Cowboy Culture said it's freezing. It's a freezing 54 degrees here in LA. Yeah, same comment I said to Plays on Freeway. You guys can take your 100-mile-an-hour Santa Anas and your wind-driven fires and, you know, go do something. So Ronald Meadows said I forgot I'm not using any of the apps. I'm just live straight from YouTube, which is different. So I keep clicking on the comments to try and put them up on the bottom of the screen, but you're just gonna have to follow along in the comment section over there. Luckily I don't have hundreds of people in here commenting like crazy. What would you say? Any crazy repo stories? Knoxville, Tennessee here. Yeah, you guys are supposed to get more rain than we are. And you guys up that way after Helene, I don't know how things are going to go for you guys up there, but no crazy repo stories. Not really. I mean, okay, so I'll tell you one. So I have a way of doing repossessions where I smile at people. I don't know if you guys know that. Like I smile a lot. Like it's not just like a YouTube thing. It's like my real like personality where I smile a lot. So when I see people, I'm like, hey, sorry to bother you so late. And I'm smiley and I'm nice. And so usually people aren't too like upset at me in the middle of the night. What I worry about is someone just seeing me and like not giving me that opportunity to greet them, because then, you know, if they're crazy, if they're drunk, if they're high, whatever, then that's what I look out for. But you know, for people that are just on just a regular repo, uh, if I can talk to them, usually nothing crazy happens. But um, they I had one where I repoed this Dodge Challenger out of a carport. It was kind of like just an apartment complex, nothing crazy about it, nothing happened crazy about it. I get it to the lot, I take a bunch of pictures, whatever. The guy comes to pick up his stuff out of the car. He just wants to clear out all his stuff. He had a Fresno phone number, so I start talking to him. And I'm like, "Hey, do you know, are you from Fresno? Do you know?" And he's like, "Well, my grandpa lives there. I'm on his phone plan, so I got a Fresno number." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. I used to live over there, you know, near there, whatever." And so we just started talking, and he was taking me around the car, showing me like all the stuff that had happened to it. Because I told him like, "Man, it's a nice car, but it's gotten some, you know, you can tell it's gotten beat up a little bit." And then he was taking me around telling me like the repairs that had been done on the front end and how he paid a guy to do it, and the guy did it real cheap. And there was these two holes. It looked like someone had taken like a the back of a hammer, like the claw of a hammer, and like put two holes in his hood. But it was right where like the contours are on the hood. And I'm like, man, like something really got you there. That's kind of crazy. I was like, that looks like a separate thing from like the other dents that you have. And he goes, "Oh yeah, no, that was me. That was my fault." And I was like, "Oh really?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "There was these guys, and one of them had a gun." He goes, "I don't know." He said it was a flashlight afterwards, which I know what he's talking about because it's like a spotlight and it's got a little pistol grip type thing, but it's just a spotlight. But he goes, "I saw he had a gun, and I thought they were out there trying to steal my car. Turns out they were just repo guys trying to take my car." But so I shot my gun at them because they had a gun and they were trying to steal my car. So I shot two shots at them and I missed, and I hit my own car. He goes, "I thought for sure I shot the engine, but I think it bounced out after it, you know, whatever it." So he shot his own hood of his car while guys were trying to do what I had already done and repoed his car. So yeah, so I mean that's the craziest story. Is like, man, I got lucky he didn't wake up, I guess, when I was doing it. And you know, because if he just shot at them from wherever he was, however far away he was, he probably didn't give them a chance to be like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm nice guy. Anyway, so that's probably the craziest repo story. But literally, I God protects me. Number one, I know that. But also, I have a way of kind of disarming people, and I care. I literally care about people to where when I'm doing this, I do it with a lot of empathy, a lot of care. I stop and talk to people. I interact with people. I try to give people a break. The other thing I do is I believe what they say, even if it probably might be a lie. I just believe what they say, and because it doesn't really change what I have to do. So I don't have to like tell them, "Well, you're a liar," because if that was true, they wouldn't have sent me. I just say, "Oh my gosh, I'm really sorry, you know, if they made a mistake on their end, the bank, then that sucks. But like I have to do it. I'll work however I can to help you out, because if they're screwing you over, that's not cool." And I just kind of tell them the truth. Like, if what they're saying is true and the bank is screwing them over, then that sucks. And I want to help them more than I want to help my client, the bank, because I care about justice, right? And so that's kind of the way I kind of handle it. So I think I get out of a lot of situations without any drama, because I just kind of am a genuine person who actually cares about people. I don't know. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn. It's by the grace of God, right? But it's just kind of, in this industry, I don't think it's very common. This industry attracts a lot of knuckleheads. So a lot of people go out there and they have all these crazy stories, but it's because they go out there like they bring it on themselves a little bit. You know what I mean? They go out there like trying to do some crazy stuff. And I mean, I work mostly for banks. If I worked for buy here, pay here lots, it's like a different clientele. It's like people that are below like financeable, who no one will finance. They end up buying from the buy here, pay here's, and they have like weekly payment plans and stuff like that. So there are maybe some demographic issues. You know, you guys, I don't know how far back into my rants and raves and talking to the windshield I've talked about, but you know, there's like a correlation more than it has to do with any other kind of demographic breakup. There's correlation between like, you know, like socioeconomic situations and crime rate. And so to me, it's like that's the main kind of divider between a lot of people. And so just when you're dealing with like a lower like income level and a lower like credit score level, you end up just getting people who kind of are a little bit more willing to risk prison time and everything else for a dumb car. So I don't have as many of those clients. So maybe that's really what saves me, is that I just don't have as many of those. Maybe that's why I don't have as many stories as some of these guys, because some of these guys have stories and I'm like, dude, I would have given up. That's spam. Another 209 number. Sorry, Modesto. Let's see. Yeah, Bog-Eyed Cumbrian said, sure, Shire is pronounced sure. Yeah, so it's Lancashire. Lancashire. That's it. I got it, right? Lancashire. All right. OGJ Rich said, I'm upcoming YouTube artist, entrepreneur, and social media influencer. I know this. I know exactly who you are. I've watched your videos. I know who you are. I already know. I just haven't watched since you changed your name. That's why you got the blue wrench. I should have known that you were someone I already knew when you had a blue wrench. Should have known. Robert Dominguez said, happy birthday. I miss El Gordo Velox reviews. Yeah, you know, so out of all the YouTube stuff, I think that's what I would like to do the most. Like maybe just go around and just do food reviews. Maybe that'll be my thing. If I can get the business going and I got someone else, I'll just go to different food spots and do El Gordo Velox reviews. You know, and that'll be the new YouTube channel. Forget trucking. We're just all about food. We're all about the Gordo. Bug-Eyed Cumbrian said, Nick, how's the lovely Mrs. Velox doing? She is doing wonderful. I feel like we hit that 20-year mark, and I don't know. There's just something since we moved here, and something I think I've changed for the better. Possibly since my dad passed away too, since that happened 3 weeks after we moved here. But like, I don't know, there's just been this like maturity in myself, but then this maturity in our relationship and in our love. So I love her more than anything in this world. And so she is doing well. She is amazing. Let's see. Plays on Freeway says, gotta go. Don't make us wait another 399 days to see your face. Yeah, maybe we'll do a food review at some point, and I'll stuff my face with some food, and we'll do a little El Gordo Velox. I should just do shorts. I should just do El Gordo Velox shorts and just let's see. Dan's Trucking and Outdoor Adventure said, any semi-truck repos. So I did one. And it was a guy, it was a weird situation, man. He had his truck with one company, like as like a lease purchase type thing. And then he moved it to another company, and that company forced him to like switch over to their bank to switch the financing over to, so that he could like be an owner operator, lease operator with them. And then in the middle of his like working for them, he was leaving there. And so he was trying to find a way to like get, like it was his truck before he worked at that company. And so he was trying to take that truck and move it somewhere else. But in the middle of that, there was like a repossession order that went out. And so anyway, it was pretty complicated, and I don't have like a heavy wrecker, so it was literally just me walking up, knocking on his door, and saying, "Hey, I got to take the truck." Um, I felt bad doing it because I knew it was just like this stupid like um, I don't know, like it's like a fine print situation where if he's not employed, they can repo on like day one, and so it just felt like a little bit like terrible to do it. He was living in the truck basically. So what I did was he asked me to take him to a hotel, and then I helped him load up all of his stuff onto like one of the luggage carts of the hotel. So I'm giving him bags, and we're bagging stuff up, and we're cleaning out the truck so that he can keep all of his stuff. His TV. Like we took everything out of this truck so that nothing would get lost or messed with. And then um, I stored the truck for about a month, and then they were about to send it to auction, and then he found a job and got financed through another um, carrier that leased the truck. So he actually ended up getting the truck back, and I actually delivered it to him. I actually just drove it out to him and had my wife pick me up. So tried to make things as easy on him as possible because I knew he was kind of getting the shaft. And that's one of those situations where you believe the person, you trust that they're telling you the truth, and he was telling me the truth. And when I talked with the client, the bank, they were like, yeah, I mean, but we don't want him to like take this truck, and if he can find where the tracker is and then take it, like we've given the money for this truck, so like we're on the hook for it. And I'm like, I understand that completely. And that's why I told him like, hey, I've talked to them, you need to talk to them. If you can work something out with them, then I support you. But they've put like the cold hard cash up for this truck already, so they have the right to follow the contract that you signed. And so he was like, I have so many days, and then he was looking for it in the contract. And so I don't know if something was told to him verbally by the company, and then maybe it was different in the contract he signed, because none of us read those contracts, right? There's so many words in those contracts. And so anyway, it worked out for him. He ended up getting it back. I don't know how much it cost him. Probably cost him more than it should have, but I was happy to help him out. So that was my one big rig repo out of the 2 years I've been doing this. Yeah, haven't had to deal with it. David Turk said, "How's your family taking to Tennessee?" I think really well, but then my kids are at the age where they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave. I'm like, I can't wait until I can leave." I don't think they see the value in the small town life like I do. I love the small town life. I love being in our county, where Woodbury is the county town, and we're outside of that. But everything happens in Woodbury, and we don't have a Walmart. We don't have. I mean, we got a Piggly Wiggly. That's the biggest store we've got in town. So I don't know. It's charming. It's not as nice as some of the other small towns that are the similar size, but it's got its own warts, and it's not like pretty or picturesque in a lot of ways. Like you go to some of the other town squares of similar towns around here, and they're more like quaint, like I don't know, picture postcard type stuff, and ours isn't quite like that. But it's like, I don't know, it's like working class people. I think that matters to me, like the type of people we're around, and I just like blue collar people. I don't know, maybe it's just my blood, how I was born and raised. So I think they're taking well to it, and I think that they fit in pretty well, but they also have that desire to like maybe not stay. So we'll see what happens. I hope they always come back, because I'm pretty much here, man. I mean, I bought a house, so I'm anchored in. But even if I won the lottery, I think maybe I'd like buy a newer house. But I don't think I would. I don't think I'd leave. I think this is where I want to be, and I wouldn't really want to be. Thompson Station is kind of like a outskirts of Franklin, so I don't know if I would want to be over your direction either, because Franklin's just like California, man. I've actually okay. So another crazy story out of the I was asked for crazy repost stories earlier, and I the only time I had my life threatened was by a BMW driver who lives in Franklin. So that tells you it was over the phone, but she's like, if you ever come back here again, I will shoot you. I will kill you. And I was like, whoa, lady, you just threatened me in front of my kids. And she was like, I just need you to tell me that you understand that if you come back here, I will kill you. And I just went off on her. Listen, you don't get to tell me. I was sitting next to Gus when she first called, and I had her on speakerphone because I answer most of my calls on speakerphone. And then I walked to my office and closed the door. And then once I got in the office, I just let loose on her. I've never yelled at someone like that. I've never yelled at anyone at all like that. Anger, real anger came out of the depths of my soul. But just entitled weird rich people threatening my life over them not paying their car payment. Like, what? Player 104 said, hey, El Gordo Velox, welcome back. Thank you. And more Gordo by the day. I told the lady at the Mexican restaurant, she says, ¿tú hablas español? And I said, poquito, solamente las palabras de la comida, which means I only know the words for the food. That's it. That's all I know. Anyway. OGJ Rich said, yeah, bring back the food reviews. Yeah, I think that if there's one thing I love is a good food. It's good food. OGJ Rich said, I started going to church online, Center Church. That's cool, man. That's cool. Is there no churches that you can get into in person? Like I'm a huge proponent of going to church in person. I know you can't go to every church that's out there with your situation. So I'm aware of that. But at the same time, I feel like there's a church there that you'd go to in person and be welcomed in with open arms. And because part of going to church is, like the sermon is good and like hearing the word of God preached is good, but like we can do that, just watching videos on YouTube. There's lots of sermons online and stuff. The real goodness of the church is like when you get to become part of that family and you're like woven into the life of the church and the people know you and you know the people and you walk in and people I went to a Super Bowl party on Sunday with people from my church, and instead of listening to Kendrick Lamar, call Drake pedophile and listen to his weird music, we turned off the halftime show and we sang hymns together. And so I was like, we can watch football together and enjoy the football game, but then we can also like make sure that our hearts are kind of turned towards the Lord and that we're not discouraging one another or stumbling one another. And so anyway, there's like a good thing there when you go to church in person. So OG Jerry said, yeah, I like online ones. I know, bro. And I know if that's what you got to do, then that's what you got to do. And I won't poo-poo on that because I know your situation is different than mine. And so I say go for it, man. Dig into it. There's a lot. My brother's church, I don't know if they still do it, but I would recommend his church is called Soli Deo Gloria Church in Thousand Oaks or Camarillo, somewhere over there, California. But anyway, they used to have their online stuff, and I like their sermons and stuff. Yo soy Mr. Coach said happy birthday. Thank you. Feliz cumpleaños. You just missed my Spanish. I busted out a choppy sentence of Spanish. I said I only know the words for food in Spanish. That was it was funny because I told it to the lady at the Mexican restaurant, and I just said she goes, oh, you speak Spanish? I'm like, no, just the words for food because I'm fat. Porque yo soy gordo. Anyway, let's see. Bog-eyed Cumbrian said, see, I used a Spanish accent on Cumbrian. I said Cumbrian. Gotta go, Nick. All the best to the family. Hope to catch up soon. Take care. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, OGJ Rich said that game was rigged. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know about the rigging of stuff. I think that when you play a good team, it's hard to win, and there was bad calls against both teams in that game and missed calls, and I mean, I don't know, man. It was not. They happen every game, and then it's just that when teams are good, they win a lot, and then so it seems like they get the benefit of those calls, but it's just because the other team has to play so well to even compete with them because they're very good. Yeah, so Mr. Coach, thank you for stopping in. Good to see you too. I skipped David Turk's in and out comment on accident, and obviously we need to go back to that one. He said, in case you didn't hear, In and Out is building their Eastern headquarters in South Franklin, also restaurants in Nashville area for 2026. California's around here are going nuts. So yes, two things about this. Number one, I'm very excited for In and Out. It's my favorite burger. I'm very excited, and I'm looking forward to it. Number two, I'm afraid that I might be disappointed because I understand now why people from other places don't love In and Out. And it's because so many people are used to like the steak patties, the steak burgers. So like you got Freddy's frozen custard, you've got Culver's, you've got Steak and Shake, all of these places that do like a flattened patty that kind of is crispy and salty on the outside. And In and Out does like a softer, like it doesn't crisp up. They don't smash it. It's not a smash burger, and it's not as salty. So there's less flavor in the meat itself, which I would get like that would be like, and so maybe I've grown accustomed to these saltier patties, and maybe it'll affect my enjoyment of it. I don't know. But Whataburger still sucks. Sorry, everybody from Texas, but you guys suck. That Whataburger's terrible. I mean, it's the patty melt's fine, but I like their spicy chicken sandwich better than their burgers. So don't come at me with stupid Whataburger crap, and don't slander In and Out just because you have terrible taste buds. All right. Let's see. Ricky Iverson said, how's Gus? Good to see you again. Headed to Laredo from Minnesota. Gus is doing well. He's at school. He's got crazy long hair. I should post a picture of him. I don't have any pictures of him right now. But anyway, he's got hair like it's almost all the way down his back. I gave him a bath last night and I washed it, and it was like almost all the way down his back. So it's obviously when it dries, it's like not that, it's only about halfway down his back, but still it's long. So anyway, so he's been growing out his hair. So that's like everyone knows him by his long hair now. They used to know him because he used to wear this like Indiana Jones hat to school every day, but now he just grew out the hair, and I mean, he just really doesn't want us to cut his hair. And Jessica used to sneak in at night and cut his hair like in the middle of the night while he was sleeping, because that's the only way we could really do it. But then it just kind of, those haircuts obviously aren't a good haircut when he's sleeping and his hair is falling to one side and stuff. So it just kind of went, yeah. So anyway, so now he just grows out his hair like crazy, and it's awesome. And then Laredo from Minnesota. So there's a lot of weather. Are you going to hit some weather? Because I know there's just like storm after storm after storm after storm, all coming kind of over the Rockies and then into the Midwest. So yeah, sounds like you're on the right direction though, to get out of the worst of it. Let's see. OGJ Rich, Chris Walsh TV said, I gotta go, bro. Glad you're back. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, have a good one. Have a good one. I think I will wrap it up here. Thanks to everybody for stopping in and chatting with me. Hour and 20 minutes. You guys are awesome. I've had a good year. since I've talked to you guys, since I put a video up, and maybe I won't wait another year to come in and do another live and say hello. I think doing a live is more reasonable than trying to make videos. So I think, yeah, maybe I'll pop in and say hello once a month or so, and just keep coming back, give you guys little updates. But yeah, thanks. See you guys. Have a good one. Or not. Maybe I'll just keep going because I don't know how to do this. Oh yeah, just hit the X. Yeah, we're done.